everyone, welcome to BooksWagon. Today we have with us Ms. Tabeenah Anjum and Mukherjee. They both are political researchers and writers who examine the evolving nature of Indian democracy through the lens of power, legacy, and leadership. Sir, ma'am, we would love to know from you both how your journey as a writer and as a political researcher began, and what influence does your profession has on your writing path?
Hi, everybody, and thank you, BooksWagon, for inviting us to your podcast. So, we are journalists. So, when you are a journalist on field, the political research becomes a part of your work. So, we are not like political researchers, but it's just one of the things you do. So, coming to the book From Dynasties to Democracy, Politics, Caste, and Power Struggles in Rajasthan. The book will be released officially at Jaipur Literature Festival, and today we are at the World Book Festival, World Book Fair in Delhi, and we had come for signing. So you're asking about the how, how the idea came in. So we both have been working as journalists in Rajasthan and covering elections, covering major events that unfolded in last 1.5 decade. So when you write, you're a writer and you're working on the field. Research is a part of your work already that you're doing. So the idea of book, it comes to you. It's not something unusual that it shouldn't have. But working on a book or, really taking it up and thinking about it, that was something that occurred to us. And it was 2020, 2021. It was in the middle of the COVID when we first thought of writing the book. And and now we're in 2026, 2025. It just came out last month and is being released in next 3 days. And journey has been very nice, and it's been quite well. Yeah.
So we thought about this book in the middle of the COVID pandemic, and we were reporting, working journalists from Rajasthan, and we realized that when we say Rajasthan, most of the things that come to our mind is deserts, palaces, forts, but there's so much beyond it, and especially a very diverse social and political milieu, including caste, power struggles, and some very interesting leaders who have led the state since the last 7 8 decades. And while researching for the book, we got to know about more things. And one of the challenges for us was presenting all this into the right perspective. So the book is basically a theme-based analysis of Rajasthan politics from right from independence to the present times. And I can give you an example of how Rajasthan is different from other states. Like in Rajasthan, the state had a long feudal past, unlike other states. So as a result, a lot of the freedom struggle, as we know it, of the Indian freedom struggle. In when it comes to Rajasthan, the freedom struggle was also against feudal lords and jagirdars. So there were simultaneously two movements. One was against the feudals, and another was, of course, against the British. So we captured all that in the book, and also somehow, as we know, that the past is connected with the present. So we sort of tried to bridge that gap, and the book is designed in such a way that if any layman reader picks it up, they would know about Rajasthan beyond as we know it right now. So if there's anything else.
No, she has the
Yeah,
next question.
sure.
So, as the title suggests, it's from dynasties to democracies. How much do you think in the present time dynasties have an effect in democracy and in politics in Rajasthan?
So when you said how, so that's what Deep said, that there were Dinas who somehow became a part of electoral politics. And even now, if you see There are leaders, there is ample presence of politicians, both
Deputy CM.
MLAs and
Deputy Chief Minister.
MP, even the deputy chief minister or the former chief minister, they are done, they are erstwhile royals. So I think that's what makes Rajasthan different. That how Denas slowly became a part of electoral politics, and that's what one of the parts of the book, it's about this also.
And now, while writing this book, because politics is a sensitive topic, and you never know in a country like India how a certain topic is perceived. So, what is your expectation of the impact that this book will create on the readers?
I think it's the one of the. I should be praising my own book. Yeah, we should be doing that. But I think it's one of the best books we have on Rajasthan, and it's on contemporary politics. Like Deep said, it's a theme-based analysis. There are case studies. It talks about caste. It talks about politics. Because when you say politics, we said sensitive, but Rajasthan's politics, scenario is very different. You cannot keep caste separate from the mainstream politics. So yes, as far as readers are concerned, I think those who want to know about Rajasthan, they want to know about the political events, how the structure is like, what are the major events and things. I think, the book talks about different castes, it talks about marginalized communities, it talks about even the crimes, some major crimes that had unfolded, in recent past. Because it's a mix of reportage plus research. So 17, 16 years of reportage plus a long research and yeah.
And what do you think is the best part about political research and being a journalist, someone who can, dissect democracy and the policies that we have, especially in Rajasthan?
I think one of the best things about political research, or be it researching the past, is that we can sort of draw an inference with the present. A lot of problems that we see right now, a lot of social evils or atrocities against marginalized communities, phenomena. So, if we analyze the past, we find the exact sequence of it. We understand more than what that meets the eye. So, that's the book actually, an effort to make one think and sort of get acquainted with the Rajasthan politics. Yeah.
So I'd just like you both to give a piece of advice to all the young journalists out there who are trying their luck and trying their best to be a political researcher and even get into this kind of area. What do you think is that one advice that could actually help them?
I think one of the most important things is to be objective and have a non-partisan attitude. Of course, be sensitive towards subjects such as when it comes to uh, marginalized communities, or understanding the various layers of power or oppression. And also, I think most importantly, keep an open mind and read other people's works, which is also very necessary to read.
I'll just add what he said. What he said. I think be empathetic also. While you are a journalist, you're a human first. So have empathy. If you have empathy, so you can see actually what's happening around. Plus, as a reporter, your notes are always filled. Your recordings, your phone, your notes, your diaries are also filled. And some mostly find place in your newspaper reportage. But there are notes and there are anecdotes and there is information and facts which would someday find, its way to some other book. That happened with us also. By writing this book, we kind of revisited our old scribbled notes. So I think when you're a reporter on ground, so collect as much as you can, even if you cannot write everything next day. I think because you're a storyteller also, it will be made use of later. Yeah, yeah, please. Because yeah. हाँ 5 minutes में चलना है।
ये थोड़ा ज्यादा हो जाएगा, सबको पता चल जाएगा मैंने क्या बोला, तो सबको हेल्प हो जाएगी। नहीं, वो ज्यादा सीरियस टॉपिक है, मैं आई डू दिस ज्यादा नहीं, आई वुड लाइक टू नो बिकॉज दिस book says politics, caste and power struggle, and Rajasthan is very famous for that, especially for the politics and the casteism. So is it about, because if we say politics, it's a very different whole soul topic, right? And if you are saying कि इसके अंदर हमको सारे केस स्टडीज ये सब मिलने वाले हैं, और हमें जो एज अ रीडर एंड एज ऑब्जर्वर जो हमने राजस्थान को बहुत ज़्यादा देखा, वो देखा कि वहाँ पे वी सॉ अ लॉट्स ऑफ रेप इन द हाउस, आउट ऑफ द हाउस, यू नो व्हाट आई एम
That is
ट्राइंग टू से,
crime.
क्राइम,
No, actually, I think all of these are kind of intertwined.
इंटरलिंक्ड विद
Intersectionalists,
पॉलिटिक्स
yeah,
एंड
intersectionalist है,
कास्ट।
interwoven है. तो
यस,
आप पॉलिटिक्स और कास्ट को अलग नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि दोनों पार्ट है.
एग्जैक्टली,
पॉलिटिक्स भी है, कास्ट भी है, उसके साथ पावर स्ट्रगल भी आता है क्योंकि
यस
पॉलिटिक्स आता है तो एक वर्चस्व की लड़ाई आ जाती है. तो ये सब मिला के जो है हमें लगता है कि किताब पढ़ के थोड़ा सा
इस किताब के अंदर बहुत सारे केस स्टडीज
सब
कई
कुछ
केस
तो
स्टडीज
नहीं
है
है, बट जिस
क्योंकि
तरीके से पता चलता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल देयर इज अ दलित एट्रोसिटी,
Yes,
है ना,
yes,
यू हैव यू टॉक अबाउट क्राइम, then you talk about crime against women, then you talk about crime against communities. For example, there are SC/ST community, there are SC/ST act, है ना, for example उसमें कितने केसेस आ रहे हैं, कैसे कैसे जो पिछड़ा वर्ग है या जो हाशिए पे लोग रहते हैं, जिनको हम वॉइसलेस तो नहीं कह सकते, बिकॉज वॉइसलेस इज nobody, there is no term like voiceless, they're majorly unheard. So we as journalists have tried to, because we have already reported about them, about such crimes, such heinous crimes. And yeah, you will find some of those heinous crimes, exactly, जो reportage हमारा है, you will find that there are couple of chapters which will, kind of, but you have to read the book for that.
so for that I would like to know कि ये कहीं ना कहीं आप दोनों की not just a case study but a kind of a story telling है खुद की।
ये स्टोरी टेलिंग है राजस्थान का, है ना, इंडिपेंडेंस से अभी तक का, डायनास्ट्स कैसे धीरे धीरे आपके इलेक्टोरल पॉलिटिक्स में आए, क्या इश्यूज रहे, क्या इश्यूज नहीं रहे, है ना, विमेंस के इशू क्या रहे, पॉलिटिशियंस पॉलिटिक्स कैसे चेंज हुई, टू पार्टीज मेजरली, क्यों हमेशा वहां दो ही पार्टीज का मेजर रोल रहा, तीसरी क्यों नहीं आई, जो जातियों के साथ जो पिछड़ा वर्ग है उनके साथ कैसा सलूक हुआ, क्या इश्यूज है उनकी, क्या प्रॉब्लम, तो राजस्थान अभी कहाँ है, कहाँ से निकल के आया और आगे क्या होने वाला, there's a way forward and there's a epilogue also, where we analyze where the state is heading, and also why Rajasthan is important for it's a Hindi heartland. And it's one of the largest when it comes to geography, to topography. So why is it important when we talk about Hindi Heartland ka politics, we talk about Indian politics in current scenario. So if you want to understand the state, the book is perfect for that. Plus it has, Rajasthan has border with 5 states. We have 5 states ke saath border. We have, our neighboring country ke saath border. So that's, everything. But for that, you'll have to read the book.
Alright, so ma'am, if there's any last message for the readers about the book that you'd like to convey?
Thank you everyone for joining us. This book is available on your nearest bookstores as well as on Amazon. It will be formally launched at Jaipur Literature Festival. If you happen to be there on 17th of January at 5 p.m., please join us. Thank you and buy the book and show some love.
yeah, happy reading.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir,
Thank
for
you.
being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our book, From Dynasties to Democracy, Politics, Power and Caste Struggles in Rajasthan, is available at BooksWagon.com. Book your copy now. Thank you.